This is Tom Fox. I'd like to welcome you to the newest addition to the Compliance Podcast Network, the Compliance Tip of the Day. This is the podcast where we bring you daily insights and practical advice on navigating the ever-evolving landscape of compliance requirements. Whether you're a seasoned compliance professional or just starting your journey, my aim in this podcast is to provide you with a bite-sized, actionable tip to help you stay on top of your compliance game. Join us as we explore the latest trends from the Department of Justice, share some best practices, demystify complex compliance issues to help keep your organization doing business ethically and in compliance, and at the end of the day, more profitably. Tune in daily for your dose of compliance wisdom. Let's make compliance a little less daunting, one tip at a time. Now a word from the sponsor of the Compliance Podcast Network, Ethico.
In compliance, the value of anonymous reporting is undeniable. But with Ethico, anonymity doesn't mean a loss of connection. Our blinded, two-way communication fosters an environment of trust and confidentiality, encouraging open and honest dialogue. It's not just about receiving reports. It's about understanding the story behind each one, creating a culture of integrity and respect. Transform your approach to anonymous reporting with Ethico. Begin your journey at ethico.com/CPN, where you can book a demo, access an exclusive white paper by Tom Fox titled The ROI of Compliance, and utilize our free ROI calculator.
On today's Compliance Tip of the Day, we talk about one of the most basic skills a compliance officer can use and improve their compliance program. And what is that skill? Asking questions. Other than listening, asking questions is about as important to compliance as any other tool that can be employed. Well-known director Brian Glazer really utilizes this skill as a successful Hollywood director, and directly believes much of his success is achieved because he asks lots of questions. Why? He believes questions are a great management tool. This is because asking questions elicits information, and it also creates the space for people to raise their hand and discuss an issue they are worried about, but their boss or other colleagues even may not know about. By asking questions, you allow people to tell a different story from the one you're expecting. Finally, and perhaps most significantly, asking questions means people have to make their case for the way they want a decision to go. We often talk about the speak-up culture, and certainly that's important, but the listen-up culture is equally important. And listen-up can be driven by asking questions, getting your employees to talk. Beyond that is getting them to tell you how they feel or what they may be thinking. And that's a key skill for any leader, particularly one who leads by influence and persuasion, such as the compliance professional. Whether you're performing a risk assessment or simply getting out of the corporate home office, you need to be able to engage employees across the globe. In our last episode, we talked about communicating across cultural boundaries. Well, asking questions is a way to do so as well. This straightforward technique will not only improve your leadership, but it will improve your information. It's not simply giving orders, but it's the how of doing business that you're asking your employees to be a part of by asking questions. This tool is incredibly powerful, and I hope that you will consider using it. Ask questions for compliance. It will also help your corporate culture because it will go a long way towards building trust, because people will understand that you care enough to ask their opinion and you listen to them even though you may disagree with them. This month's sponsor of the Compliance Podcast Network, including this podcast, is Ethico. Have you ever wondered about the ROI of your compliance program or had concerns with presenting budget proposals to your CFO? Well, I partnered with Ethico to write a white paper on the ROI of compliance and how you can think through compliance as an investment strategy. Ethico has put together a ROI calculator for you. Check them out on the website. This is Tom Fox again. This new podcast, Compliance Tip of the Day, will appear daily. And frankly, it's one of the most requested topics for a podcast that I get on a regular basis. It's going to be short and sweet with one tip with some takeaways that you can utilize to implement into your compliance program. If you've got a question that you would like a tip on, please submit them through our website, and we will use them in an upcoming episode. The compliance tip of the day is a production of the award-winning Compliance Podcast Network.